So what did he say?
I asked if you've been boring them.
Charming. I'm a bore, am I?
Not when you're sober. He said not at all. He's told me all about the revolution. Its aims, its policies, its achievements, even the date.
I said all that? To Adam? To Tom's son?
Yes.
But he works for the BBC.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
I'm disappointed in you, David. You've let Reggie down.
The lesson is, if you can't hold your drink, don't drink.
I like that. You fell asleep under the bar counter at the reception and was still asleep the next morning as they cleared away.
Exactly. No unpleasantness, no risk to security.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. All right, a bit of a cock-up on the security front, telling BBC man. But Adam is Tom and Linda's son. His family.
Thank you, Jimmy. I don't want to seem pompous. I'm not a pomposity person. But we brought Adam up to be discreet, to have values, to be loyal. Adam won't blow the gaff, or I'm not the finest maker of homemade wines the property world has ever known.
Well done for. Please, have faith. Important cove, Faith. All right, Adam's girlfriend's distantly related to Jeremy Paxman, but she loves Adam. She won't blow the gaff either. No, we press on regardless. Had a brainwave.
I can't wait to hear Jimmy's brainwave, but I must ask, where's Joan?
Oh, she fell out of bed on the second night of our honeymoon.
Oh, dear. Has she hurt herself?
Well, she's under the osteopath.
Obviously, she didn't hurt herself.
Nobody's remotely interested in our honeymoon, of course.
How was your honeymoon, Tom?
Well, our first honeymoon was a fortnight in the south of France. Our second was 2 nights in Woking. I enjoyed the second more.
Tom means that maturity is the salt that flavours the stew of love.
I couldn't have put it better myself. I'm a maturity person.
Oh.
Super.
Wicked.
Yes, it is super and wicked, but I really think you should listen to Jimmy's brainwave.
You've remembered. I'm touched. Coaches.
Of what? Dialogue? Tennis?
Not of anything. Coaches, as in buses.
Oh, very interesting, but do tell us your brainwave.
Well, that was it. Coaches. So, what do you think?
To tell you the truth, Jimmy, I don't think I've grasped the full implications.
Suggesting we book every coach in Britain for April the 20th to transport the old people to Whitehall.
Every coach in Britain? Do you expect so many people?
Question of that cove I just mentioned. Johnny Faith. What Tyler didn't say before the peasants' revolt, I don't expect many peasants will turn up. Custer didn't say, I have a dreadful feeling my last stand is going to clash with a car boot sale and no one will come.
Won't it look suspicious if we book every coach in England?
Good point. Well spoken, that honeymooner with the flush of satisfaction on her comely cheeks.
Oh.
I thought of that.
Good God.
We'll book the coaches through old people's homes, made-up charities, what have you. Destination? Seaside, lakes, etc. Come the great day, we hijack them. Drive to London or else.
Hijack every coach in England?
And Scotland and Wales. Mad?
Absolutely mad. Well done, Jimmy. Reggie would be proud of you.
Thanks, sis. Think that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
So, everything's fine and dandy, provided David's drunken indiscretions don't destroy us. £1 million coming to each of us in Reggie's will, and the idiot blows the wind southerly. The man's a dolt, always has been.
I like that. Coming from you, who tried to destroy us. We must trust Adam's integrity. A cove called Johnny Faith, remember?
Adam and Angie are walking up the garden path.
Oh, God. The moment of truth. Courage, darling.
Here you are, Gran. There are 27 names there, and that's only in 2 days.
Sorry? What are these names?
Supporters. They all want to join.
Join?
The bloodless revolution of senior citizens and the occupationally rejected. It's a fantastic idea. Look what it's done for Mum and Dad.
But it's for old people.
Oh, we disagree. We think that's exactly the kind of ageist attitude you ought to be trying to fight, right?
Right. I'm 28. In the youth culture, that means I'm well and truly past it, right?
Right. We've been through 7 completely different sets of musical tastes already, as we find we're too old for the last one, right?
Right, fashion's the same. I mean, everything you buy, you think, oh, God, am I going to look as if I'm no longer young? Well, that's all wrong, right?
Right. That's why your young age pensions are such a fantastic idea.
Look, I want to be a successful writer, and I would like to have felt that what I think about writing is right before I write, right? Because I've wasted a lot of time, because I've got it all wrong, right?
Right.
10 years on a pension, thinking, learning, I'd have been just about ready to get it right, right?
Right.
I can't wait for April the 20th, marching on Whitehall to take over the government. It's cool.
Super. And it is super that you think it's all super, but we plan a march of old people, the world's first ever coup d'etat carried out entirely by pensioners.
That's where, frankly, we wonder if you're right, right?
I think we are right. I think symbolically the image that goes round the world should be of the elderly marching, right?
Right. No, Angie, it's right. We didn't think about image. Well, that image going round the world on that day will free the human race from the stigma of aging at a stroke.
Super.
Right.
At the risk of sounding pompous, and I'm not a pomposity person, I think we should mark this first Monday meeting that Linda and I have had the privilege of hosting by proposing a formal vote of thanks to David Harris Jones for discovering a whole new source of manpower, the young. Will anyone second me?
I will.
All those in favour? Consider yourself thanked, David.
Super.
He's a good lad. I knew that even at Sunshine Desserts.
Goes to show what I've always said, in vino veritas.
Good. Progress report. Coaches booked so far, 302. Supporters recruited so far, 438. That makes...
1.44 people per coach.
I suppose you had to be good at maths on the futures debt.
No, please, don't talk about the futures. I want to forget the past.
So, main objective this week, book more coaches.
The ratio of coaches to people does seem, well, not that I want to, especially when I've just been... But it does, doesn't it?
If we don't book coaches soon, all coaches booked, no coaches left. When all coaches booked by us, no coaches left. Still, plenty of time to find the buggers to fill the coaches. No. Coaches first, supporters second, or I resign. Good. Well, that's settled then.
How do we pay for these coaches? Presumably we have to put down a deposit.
Good question. Glad you asked it.
Well, answer it then.
I'm going to. I'm thinking it through. CJ, you're the only person here with lots of lolly. Lend us money. Lots of coaches, lots of people, great success. Money paid back plus interest plus inheritance. Result, one very rich CJ.
I didn't get where I am today without spending lolly to earn even more lolly.
Hello, sis. Just taking the delightful Geraldine to our local frog nosh shop.
Good Lord.
We've had a lovely evening.
Good Lord.
Got something to show you both. Switch off all exterior lights, sis. Secrecy of the essence.
Good Lord. Jimmy, it's a bloodless revolution.
Need a threat, though, in order not to use it. Have them, don't need to use them. Don't have them, do need to use them. Haven't got them up shit creek without a paddle.
I'm amazed at your grasp of the nuclear debate, but we can't give our supporters guns.
We've had a lovely evening, Jimmy. All the lovelier because I know you're going to behave like a gentleman and take me straight home. Which will impress me much more than randy old CJ and Doc.
Ah.
And will lead me to hope that we can go out again very soon.
Ah.
So that the last thing I want to do is upset you. But Elizabeth is right. It'd be terribly dangerous giving guns to people with the shakes and St. Vitus dance. People with poor sight, nervous people, bad, sad and mad people.
And people with anorexia nervosa might shoot everybody wearing anoraks.
What?
It was a joke. I was trying to soften the blow.
Ah, thanks. Took a lot of whistling and not a little prayer to get those. Better start taking them back.
Sorry. How's Joan, Hank?
Oh, she's coming along, slowly. She still can't walk properly or do other things.
Rotten little bastard, sciatic nerves. Now, to work. Oh, incidentally, next week's meeting, my place. No, I insist, my turn. Oh, you weren't arguing. Right, settled in. Hank, progress report.
Coaches booked so far 626. Supporters joined so far 626.
Excellent. Even I can work out that makes...
1 supporter per coach.
Objective this week, book more coaches.
Good Lord.
Shocked to find joy here.
Well, yes, very shocked.
Oh,
Pleased, though.
good Lord. Postman. Blasted hell. Not the postman.
Not unless I've taken up a new career.
Well, what the hell are you doing here?
I could ask, what the hell are you doing in a bathrobe? We're having a meeting here this morning. It was you who arranged it.
Oh, Lord, I forgot. Well, why are you so early?
I'm not. It's 9 o'clock.
Oh, my God. There's a bit of a cock-up on the alarm clock front.
Well, may I come in?
I suppose you'll have to.
What a welcome.
Be a good chap, will you, and let the others in?
I didn't get where I am today by being a good chap.
Too true, but damn it, bloke's going to be busy on ablutions fatigues.
Well, of course I will. It was a joke.
Joking? You?
A rose by any other name sometimes changes its spots.
Bad news. I arranged a meeting of the whole team here at 9 o'clock. Forgot. Black mark brain.
Oh, Jimmy.
More bad news. Forgot to set the alarm. 9 o'clock already. CJ's here.
Oh, Jimmy.
The awful thing is, you can't even get to the bathroom layout of this stupid flat without going through the lounge. Solution. Possible, but extreme. Shin unwashed down 4 flights of outside wall.
I am not shinning down the outside of a block of flats, Jimmy. Anyway, there's no need. I'm not ashamed. Are you ashamed?
No, I'm not ashamed. Proud, if anything. No, I'll get dressed. Then you borrow my robe. Won't be 2 ticks.
Our glorious leaders had a bit of a cock-up on the alarm clock front.
At least our glorious leader didn't attempt to betray the cause, CJ.
I bitterly regret doing that, Elizabeth. Because of me, a promising young journalist is hovering between life and death. Do you think I sleep easily in my bed at night?
Well, you're not managing to sleep easily in Miss Hackstraw's bed, either.
Nobody is. She's a tease, that woman.
Well, it's another glorious morning.
You were saying, CJ?
I sold Jimmy this flat. I feel a bit embarrassed now about the description. Surprisingly spacious was a slight exaggeration.
Sorry about that. Bit of a cock-up on the cock-up front. Lovely lady, carried away, forgot to set the alarm clock. Take a smack, that naughty, sexy man. What's up, CJ? What's up, Doc? Why are you looking as sick as two parrots? Aren't you glad to find that your leader's got lead in his pencil? Oops, breach of security. Right, to business. Ah!
Jimmy, sorry. Do you think I could possibly borrow your mobile and ring the office?
Absolutely. No problem. Well, slight problem. No mobile.
Well, your extension, then.
Absolutely. No problem at all. Well, slight problem, no extension. No, bit primitive. Only phone in flat with a splitter. A snag. Everyone will hear every word you say.
Oh, well, I'm not worried if you aren't. Sorry about this. Won't take a minute. Hello, Jackie, it's me. Can I speak to Mr. Venison? Thank you. Hello, George. It's me. I've been a naughty lady. But if you saw the man, you'd understand. Anyway, we overslept. I'm in Spraundon. Spraundon, it's near Coxwell. Well, that's rude, George. Though appropriate. Anyway, look, I've got a Mr. Linklater coming in at 9:30. Do you think you could see him for me, even if briefly? He'll tell you what it's about. Well, no, I can't really. It'd be a breach of confidentiality. I've got a room full of people here. Well, that's very rude, George. I must introduce you to my lover sometime. He'll show you what being a gentleman really means. Thank you so much.
I know what you mean. I'm as surprised as anyone. I seem to have fallen on my feet. Well, not my feet, exactly. Right. To work. Progress report. Hank, you're the figures man.
Yes, well, we've made quite a lot of progress. Coaches booked so far 1,066.
1066, that's an omen.
The supporters recruited so far 999.
Oh, 999. It's an emergency.
Nice one, Doc. I owe you an apology. I thought you were a bastard. The bastard's elsewhere.
No whispering in the ranks. Nasty little tyke. Jealousy.
Please, we must all pull together.
Thank you. That's very true, Prue. Only one word to describe you. Sensible.
Super. Oh, I didn't mean super that you're sensible. I meant the word I'd use for you is super, not sensible. I mean, not that you're not sensible, but you're even more super than you're sensible. Sorry.
Quite finished? Good. Now, Hank's figures mean that we now have,
0.91 supporters per coach.
My calculation exactly.
Jimmy, didn't you say you had some important new plans to unveil?
Yes, do. It's this. We must book more coaches.
Oh, I didn't get Bram today by booking more coaches.
It's ludicrous.
We're putting the cart before the trees.
It does seem a little foolish to book yet more coaches, Jimmy.
Very foolish. Absurd, even. So it's almost certainly what Reggie would have done.
Precisely. If you want bums on seats, the first thing you do, get seats. Theatres don't say, goodness me, we've got a lot of people booked in tonight. We'd better get some seats or they'll all have to stand. Seats first, bums later. If you don't like it, sack me. Get a leader who hasn't got lead in his pencil. Sorry. Shouldn't boast. Bad form. Good God, forgot.
All ready for the office, I see.
Don't forget that I was dressed for a romantic dinner. What's up, Doc? What's up, CJ? Why do you look as sick as two parrots?
Hank?
Right, well, we booked coaches through fictitious organisations, including the Royal Society for the Preservation of the Elderly, the Senility Society, the Senior Citizens Charter, the Retired Loom Makers Benevolent Society, the Home for Retired Quantity Surveyors, and the surprisingly spacious Desirable Home for Retired Estate Agents. We have now booked, excluding Northern Ireland because of the need for ferries,
every available coach in Great Britain.
Super.
Wicked.
The coaches are booked for fictional outings to the seaside, theme parks, butterfly farms, transport museums, heritage centres, waterfowl sanctuaries, narrowboat fetes, barrel organ bonanzas and rare bison events, which litter what was once the English countryside.
Super.
Wicked.
The priority now is recruitment. All stations go on the recruitment front.
May I make a suggestion?
Please do, all agog.
I'm not a slogan person.
True.
Nevertheless, we have had some slogans handed to us on a plate. We will banish the fear of redundancy forever. The human race will look forward to old age, not backward to lost youth. And our own son's effort, it seems, he is a slogan person. We will free the human race from the stigma of aging at a stroke.
Super. Wicked. I'd say it saved you the bother. Right, off you go. Get those recruits pouring in.
The human race will look forward to old age, not backward to lost youth.
We will banish the fear of redundancy forever.
We will free the human race from the stigma of aging at a stroke.
Hank?
The number of recruits is now 8,979. That's almost 3 people per coach.
Well, I've recruited our neighbour, a retired schoolmaster, and he aims to recruit lots of retired schoolmasters on a law and order and save our English grammar platforms.
I'm doing well in the banks. I pointed out that one day everybody will be redundant, and banking itself will be redundant, and banks will just be full of banks and machines with nothing to do except send amorous faxes to the banks and machines in other banks.
I haven't recruited anybody. People don't like me.
I've recruited 5 traditional jazz bands en masse. I'm a traditional jazz band person.
All over Britain, elderly backs are straightening and elderly hearts are lifting as people are given a cause.
Terrific. Now you see why we've booked all those coaches, O ye of little faith.
Jimmy! Stop them!
Yes! Wait for it. Yes!
Jimmy! I must have a serious word.
What's wrong?
Well, security, for a start. Yelling all over the countryside like this.
Oh, Lord, hadn't thought. A bit of a tricky one, there. Hard to drill people in whispers.
Well, should you be drilling these people at all? I mean, how old are they?
All over 90.
Jimmy, they're done.
I don't think so, somehow. Tough as old boots. That's why they've lived so long.
Oh, why do you want to drill them anyway? This isn't a military operation.
Should have explained. These are my front line, my human shield.
Oh, what?
My human shield. Marched down Whitehall with a human shield of 90-year-olds. Even Michael Portillo wouldn't open fire on them.
Nobody's going to open fire, Jimmy.
What, not even the police?
Especially not the police.
No, of course not. Silly of me, fine body of men.
It isn't that. The eyes of the world will be upon them. Jimmy, you mustn't do stupid things like marching nonagenarians.
Didn't realise they were nonagenarians. Didn't ask them about their religion.
Jimmy, nonagenarians are people in their 90s.
Sorry. Bit thick, aren't I?
Sometimes.
Do try, sis.
I love you, bro.
The cause is taking off. People are pouring in. The figures, Hank.
We now have 32,385 recruits.
Oh.
I know, it's amazing. It's 9 3/4 people per coach.
9 3/4 people per coach? Fantastic.
I've had a flash. One of my occasional hot flashes.
Just got your hot flash.
National service.
Oh, excellent. Well done, Doc. But like many of your marvellous ideas, it actually has been done before.
Oh, nothing military at all. No, young people would spend the first 2 years of their 10 years young age pensions in theme parks. No rules or restrictions except no computers, no television, no video games, no mobile phones, and no 14-lane electronic superhighway.
Super.
Hello. National Service will take you away from all this.
We're going to teach you the social skills which might all too easily become redundant in this technological age.
That's exciting, isn't it? Doc's idea of national service has puzzled the young, but the oldies think it's marvellous. It's helped recruitment no end. The figures, Hank.
We now have 136,762 recruits. That's more than 40 people per coach.
Now you see why I booked all those coaches.
Shrewd idea. Always knew it was. I didn't get Bram today without knowing a shrewd idea when I hear it.
By 9 o'clock on the morning of April the 20th, the last Zimmer frame will have been loaded into the last baggage hold.
By 9:30, all the coach drivers will have been told their true destination. London.
I'll be feeling a thrill that hasn't even been dreamt of by any other estate agent.
It's all very incredibly, utterly, well, isn't it?
I can't help feeling that Reggie's up there in the ether, somewhere over the M25, watching,
laughing,
approving,
feeling tickety-boo.
My fellow journalists will all be eating leisurely breakfast, little knowing that they're missing the greatest scoop of their lives, the bastards!
What happened to that other journalist, CJ? The one who got knocked down?
Well, he's still alive, thank goodness. I'd feel so guilty.
No risk of his remembering.
Oh, no. He's still unconscious. I think.
He's quite close to being conscious now. We're very hopeful.
Oh, splendid. Do you think he might have his memory of the accident back by, say, at random, April the 20th?
Oh, no. There's no chance of that.
Excellent. Excellent that you're very hopeful.
2 weeks to go. Hank.
436,297 recruits.
Oh!
All coaches are full. We'll use planes, trains, private transport. Thousands of volunteers with cars.
Jimmy and I have discussed the need for us to be ready for high office. We formed... Jimmy, what will our cabinet be?
Thank you, Elizabeth. Me, well, Prime Minister. Yeah. Elizabeth, Home Secretary. Hank, Chancellor of the Exchequer. Doc Morrissey, Minister of Health. CJ, Trade and Industry. David Harris-Jones, Foreign Secretary. Well, he is Welsh. Prue, Education. Tom, Housing. Linda, Consumer Affairs. Joan, Minister of Sport. Well, she's always been a sport. Sorry, Hank, she used to be a sport. Welton Ormsby, Minister for the Media.
Yeah.
Now, don't be nervous. I think we can safely say that we know as much about our subjects as the present lot.
Yes, but don't get too depressed. We'll get better.
And we will win for Reggie. Provided the security holds, of course.
Always, providing the security holds.
Will the revolution succeed? D-Day has moved to this Thursday evening for the final episode at 8:30. Next tonight on BBC One, more empire building for Rhodes.